congrats, by the way, on your trip on
Thank you.
Yeah, on EU West. I think when are you coming out here?
Korea's gonna be July 23rd.
July 23rd. July 23rd. Okay, I should be here for that. Are you gonna stay in Seoul, or did you want to just if you stay in Busan, I could probably be of more help. Like if you stay or near Busan, which is the second biggest city.
I'm not 100% sure where I'm gonna be staying at, but I know that I'm gonna be staying with like 5 or 6 other streamers.
Oh, so that's Seoul then. Yeah, you're gonna be kind of on your own because they're gonna want to stay in Seoul, which I can't blame them. But if you guys do wind up wanting to try Busan for whatever reason, I'm in closer proximity. I'm about an hour away from Busan.
Okay, well, what we could do, honestly, is if you're down for it, we could maybe at one point like meet up and do an IRL stream.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. I'd be down. You gotta kind of push me out of my introvert zone because I kind of just hide away. But I was watching the game. I was watching you play. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm not trying to insult your intelligence because I know that you're miles better than me at Hecarim. But I wanted to discuss with you right off the rip the choice to go phase rush in that game. Is that just you just like autopiloting and like being like, ah, fuck it, this is like a lower bracket, I don't care?
Okay.
Or
let me explain it. I'll explain it. It's because my problem is that a lot of the time, the way I view Conquer versus phase rush is if I see like any kind of use cases for phase rush, I will sit there and I'll be like, okay, I can do this. But like that's a game where I do agree. I do think Conquer would have been better. Yeah,
because my thought is when I look at Rengar, there's just certain champions where it's like, yeah, you want to play phase rush because it just obviously feels like 10 times better to play phase rush. But like there's champions like Rengar, this fucking steroid cat like jumps. Like even if you get phase rush, he pretty much tracks you down in your jungle anyways, so you're basically gonna have to make a stand. And I saw it happen right away. You had a situation, the guy jumps on you, oh shit, you run away. But if you have Conquer, he doesn't feel quite as confident in playing that fight out.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
And I think that was kind of your undoing in that game in particular. If you just played it standard with like if you play Conquer boots, you know, on inspiration tree, it's probably just going to go a lot better, and then you're not going to be in that awkward ass game that you were in.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that last game was a Conquer game, because that's the thing is that with the new changes to Training Force and Serax, I think that Conquer is actually like, I think Conquer and phase rush are actually like equal runes. Like from last patch and beforehand, I always thought that like phase rush was better in like 85% of games, which it was. But now, because of like the new bruiser changes, I think that Conquer is better. Like I would say half the time. So now it's just about me like figuring out when it's better and when isn't it better.
I think the way that I'm looking at it right now, just in my test, is more of who's the matchup, like what's the jungle matchup. And this is kind of what I want to get your brain into before you get out here, is that I want you to do well. And I think the best way to like mentally prep for this server is that they team fight better and they skirmish better, and that's all there is to it. So if at any point you're gonna have to deal with someone, you pretty much always have to just go Conqueror. Like if it ever is just gonna turn into a slap fest, that's why the fucking Hecarim guy, every time I watch him play, like he's adapting everything he does to just his opponent or situations that he's likely to just bump into early. Because you can't, you literally, it's like forced training. You literally cannot play for like, oh, I'm gonna just get these items, like once I get to 2 or 3 items, like I'm gonna win the game. It just never fucking works here. Like I don't know how else to say it. It's really tough because if your champion cannot play fast, you just get exploited. And that's literally what happens to me here every time. Like if I start like getting around like Diamond 1, Master Tier, if I'm not thinking about what's the best situation for the early game or the team fight, I'm just dead in the water. So yeah, anyways, did you want to do live coaching? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah. Right, yeah, so I'll just like share my screen. Share my screen. So, okay, so you're saying that Korea's a lot more of like jungle matchup 1v1 oriented?
Yes, I think that basically when you're like the shit that the Rengar was doing to you on invades, like that looked pretty standard for like what I would expect in Korea. In the mid game, everything just slows down on NA. Every time I watch a stream, everything just slows down. It's like the game, like it's like it yields. Like no one wants to do anything. But in Korea, they would just keep their foot on you the entire game.
No, because that's the thing I was noticing, like, and that's one of the things I have to deal with in EU as well. Where I was like, the enemy would lock in Italy, and like from level 3, they're on your like blue buff or they're on your red buff or whatever it is, right? But it's just one of those things where I've always like been the kind of player where I've been able to like deal with early invades and stuff like that pretty well. Compared to like other different players, because I'm able to like run away and I'm able to like block face with shoes and like live situations where normally wouldn't be able to. But yeah, I mean, like I've seen like challenger players go to Korea and get hard set masters, and so there's definitely something that goes on there that's like not normal here, because like I don't know if you know Hecarim.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I remember like he was a guy who whenever he wants he gets rank 1 EU, right? Like every time rank 1 EU. And then when he had gone to Korea, he had only peaked something like 900 something LP. And he didn't even like get close to like anything.
I'll tell you my experiences, and this is just, I bounce around right now from diamond to master, right? So I've hit master like 5 fucking times over here. The highest I've got to 250 LP. So I'm not particularly impressive in jungle. That's why like I'm working through like cleaning up my team fighting and skirmishing and all that stuff, because it's just required here. The reason it's so hard is because master and up is just like a fucking wall. Like the players are really, really good. Really, 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 really good. And they just, Hecarim probably, if he tried it multiple times, he probably would have went higher. But what a lot of people don't want to, like, this is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to really have, is that there's just variance. Like, it's really tough. Some accounts, you could just run really, really fucking bad here, and you could just lose all day, like harder than in any other region. Like you could just, everybody just griefs you all day. Like that happened yesterday. I was fucking demoralized. I played more than like 3 or 4 games. I must have got griefed in like half of them. It's miserable sometimes. So I think that like the key is probably making sure that if it's a bad matchup for you or a bad comp, you should consider just dodging and getting on like a second account. Like I know at the end of this split, I'm going to have 3 accounts. Then the next time I try to like climb up higher than my peak, I'm going to be really, really delicate around master. You are better than me at Hecarim and you're better than me at jungle. So you should be able to get right into master faster than I would be able to if I played jungle right now. Like if I started over again, even after practicing Hecarim, pretty sure you would outclimb me to master, right? Yeah. But the key is going to be when you get there, I really feel that the game, like everybody starts to kind of get slapped by the LP dong, like around like 300 LP or so. The game is just brutal. So if you don't like go, okay, I'm gonna play like 1 matchup here, maybe, you know, a second game here, and then I'm just gonna wait, or I'll check the matchup, and then if the matchup's bad, I'll dodge and just get off the account for the day. Like it's that delicate in my opinion. I think everybody just tries to ego it and they go, I'm gonna try to keep pushing through. They will not let you. Like the matchups that you're gonna run into, these guys play it extremely fucking well. So it's not gonna be as simple as like, oh, I just believe in myself and follow my heart and I'm gonna fucking beat this, you know, this 500 LP. We'll just say, you know, this, like, what's a matchup you just absolutely hate? Nidalee, right? Okay. I'm just gonna grin and bear it and play against this Nidalee who's 500, you know, LP Nidalee Korea main. Like, dude, it's gonna be torture to play that matchup unless there's a reason that you're playing that matchup. Oh, for runes, by the way, okay, that's actually fine because you're facing all range right now. You're dead right. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say though, that's like the one thing that I agree with you on, because I do think that in every region, not even just Korea, if you actually plan on climbing to like the really high ranks, right? Like not just spamming an account and getting in your like stream hours, but let's say you really want to go for that like, top 10, whatever it is. you need to sit there and you need to be like, okay, if I'm a one trick, I'm gonna dodge every game off my one trick. If it's like a horrible comp, I'm gonna dodge every game. Like one of the reasons actually why I didn't get a super high rank when I had gone to EU wasn't really because of the target balance or anything like that. It was just mostly because the meta was really bad for my way of playing Hecarim. Like every game you would just see Zaya, Rakan, Vi, Lissandra. And it's like there's nothing that you can really do versus a comp like that. But that's why I was even like picking up on it. I was noticing that NA, of the 3 major regions, EU, Korea, NA, is actually the region where people play the least amount of meta. But then when you look at Korea, it's like every game, these people are only playing meta every game. Like you never see any like variance.
Yes. So like, for example, if I go mid Tryndamere, even if I'm like super warm, like the odds, like I know the Ahri Tryndamere matchup, but right now, since Ahri's like meta, most of the Ahris are like really fucking good at high level. So I'm literally spending most of my time, if I play Tryndamere, just being like, okay, I ban Ahri and then I have to dodge like Akshan, or I ban Akshan and I have to like think about dodging Ahri unless I really like my jungle has got a good setup or something. Like that's how nerdy it is. And as a streamer, you just feel pressured to play, right? Because like you're like, well, shit, I want to hit this goal, but like, what am I going to tell my stream? Sorry, guys, I'm just going to leave the stream for the day because the matchup sucks. But anyways, hold tab real quick. So we got Graves. Are we ever being invaded? This is the first thing. I would want to try to invade with the Karma. I would want to
So we just invade level 1 here?
Yeah, I would just poke around. I mean, obviously we're not in love with our level 1, but why wouldn't we test them, right? And just see if we can't get...
Yeah, because I mean, they're not that strong either.
Yeah, they're really weak. I mean, Ezreal's a little spooky, but that's it. There's nothing really in that comp that's really scary.
Yeah, like Kassan's weak early, Jaina level 1 isn't anything like too crazy, and Graves isn't too much.
Karma should be leading. I'd be like pinging that bitch. Because the reason I'm excited about the invade is mostly Karma, to be honest.
Yeah.
That empowered.
You think I should drop like a word here?
Yeah, we could drop it, and then we'll see what they do. I want to kind of hold ours, but that's okay. So, now the one thing is, I would be if we recall, Graves is probably on a red, so we need to get Cassante to ward this fucking thing, or to like peek it at least.
That's what I was thinking too, because I was thinking that me and Cassante, especially because he went Aftershock for whatever reason, we're just gonna lose CB2. So they're on my red, then I just lose again.
Aftershock's okay or Sockshot though. It's not the dumbest shit ever. He's not gonna be able to touch him.
Really?
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to touch him. It's hard to poke Akshan. You just can't, you know. Oh, hello. Okay, well. Ezreal has Q start. You might have been able to run that guy down. He flashed
I'm thinking
out.
just doing like a Raptor start.
Yeah. Use your judgment here. Use your judgment. Don't let backseat gaming distract you on that. I don't want to like overcoach this spot because it's chaos. It's a good poke spot. Yeah, he's got to be stressed. Good. Yeah, you got a smite battle. Oh god. Level 1 casted in OP. Nice. I still think this is mega worth.
Yeah. I mean, Rumbles level 2. You should be able to win this. Perfect.
That was really, really good. And you probably push a tier. Yeah, that's great.
So now do you think I should just like full clear top to bot? Or?
I think we take red. Graves, we can't really look for an invade. Nah, we can't do anything. Yeah, top to bot. There's no play. There's no play anywhere.
Like if I was playing a champion like, I don't know, Kindred or something, then maybe I would go for the invade on the blue, but as Hecarim level 2, I don't think it would do anything at all.
Yeah, I really am looking at this level 3 spike though, because you know you're never getting countered. But this wave is just fucking massive. This is not gonna work. Akshan's looking for you, I think. Nope, he's just warding. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those spots where it makes me sad that we're not going to be able to really get much value out of this.
Yeah.
Did we not get all the smalls?
From... No, it's because I did a red Raptors red. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got you. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leverage it anyways. I'm surprised even with the kill, like even, oh, because we didn't get an assist. That's why.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's why. I was like, how are we not level 3? After
Yeah,
all that
if we did get an
chaos.
assist, then yeah, 100% would have gotten the XP for 3 there. Oh yeah, also, you want to see something cool I found out? Watch this.
Oh, really? Can you do this?
Hold on. You can, but you need the right side for it. Like, I would need this to re-aggro, and if you re-aggroed right now, then you could actually like, double counter.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot easier to do when you have a smite up, because when you have to like actually individually aggro the thing, like it, because the way that the aggro timers work now is the way it used to work is if you were outside of the circle, then they reset. But now it's only if like they're outside the circle.
Oh, I see.
So also you can like drag it out as far as possible.
This is Cassidon free kill right now. This giving me anxiety watching him.
Did he use flash earlier?
I would imagine he would have, or at least he should have, in the chaos. But it's definitely worth fishing because counter gank is always weak. Like Graves' counter gank is always weak now that he's behind. Yeah, stress him out. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Good.
Perfect. You think I should just look
Yeah,
for bot?
I think bot and dragon, because again, Graves and Cassidon are pretty behind. Now Graves should be about done with golems. If he papped down, he should be around here. Yeah, there he is.
Yep, he is.
He's chilling though. Yeah, you got the pink. I mean, Rumble's got prio, so like fishing around and dragging this out, Cassidon never can move. He's low without flash, so you're good to just be annoying here. Nice. Yeah, they're fucking toast.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're toast. Cool.
I was thinking maybe looking for dragon, but I mean everyone has to reset, so
I think reset's good, and you're kind of on the Ghostblade hype, I could tell, right? Because that's
Yep.
it. Yeah, that's the jam right now.
I mean, bro, Ghostblade on like every champ is just so fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna get nerfed.
I mean, but that's the insane thing about it too, is that I think it's a good item, but I wouldn't really think it's like nerf worthy. I think it's just that there are certain like champions like Rengar that are like over abusing the item, but besides that, I feel like it's actually like, a decent item.
It was even worse before the patch, or better, I mean. Like they nerfed it preemptively before it came out too. I still think it's nerf worthy, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I think it's more than just Rengar. I play against Talons and Kianas all day. This Rumble is just gonna 1v9 now for a while.
Yeah.
I think at this point, like, you could start just stacking up your win con on drags.
Yeah. So like in Korea, right?
Right.
Would you think that it's better for me to just like full clear and play for drags, or like would you say here, okay, no, you should be looking for like invades on the graves?
No, you're never. So like when you're winning here, basically in a game like this, you're doing the right thing. You're just looking at the map while you're clearing, and you're willing to respond to stuff. Like, I think that's going to be the biggest annoyance for you as a player playing here, is that this, like, you want to full clear a lot, and I get why, because it makes you, you know, you get stronger, but you have to be willing to just change direction at a moment's notice, especially early game. At this stage, you don't have to really do anything fancy, in my experience. Like, if you're in this position and the game is like a good game state, then you're very, very happy. Like, this isn't the problem. The problem is, how do we get to this position reliably? Nice. This guy is flashless too. Really nice, dude. That's a good E usage to like hold the E the whole time. That was good.
Yeah.
That type of shit is why I think you're 10 times better than me at Hecarim. Is because I like manage my E timings terribly. Like that's the biggest pain point for me.
E is always just like hold it as much as possible, and then it's about like holding on to your E and maintaining Q stacks. Those are the top two.
This is nice. Do we ever get out here? Probably not. That's okay.
Yeah, it's 1 for 1.
But the biggest thing for me has been just like, you'll be doing like 3 camp and you'll be saying, oh, I'm gonna clear top to bot, and then you'll look bot and everybody gets low. So say you did your clear at red just now, like in the same game, you would literally just redirect after chickens and you would just path all the way to bottom, even though it's awkward as shit for you. You would just have to do it here. Like that's basically how I feel about the server.
So just always like map awareness then, right?
Willingness to change your entire plan. That Hecarim guy who's always like 1k LP here, that's what he's like an expert at. He has all these weird opens that he'll do in all sorts of situations. You'll just see him randomly veer off and like ward a strange spot, or he'll just do like a janky ass invade versus champion like Lee Sin. Like he just has a lot of plans to how to manage the early game weirdness of Korea. He might do a level 2 gank even. Like he just does weird shit that most players are unwilling to do, right? Because it's like, it just feels really fucking bad to do it.
Yeah.
So if you're able to like recognize those moments where, okay, the full clear path is not going to be optimal in this game state, that's where you're going to get the value. Okay, we got to hold mid now. That's a big wave, right? Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, you have time. You have time for one. Are they just not gonna push? What the fuck? Nice.
That's not good. Just look for heralds here in case Graves is on.
So yeah, the rift defense right now looks pretty good. Casante's full health. I don't even know if Graves is on it.
Even if he doesn't, we can just take it on.
Yeah. And I think what you should do here is just base immediately as soon as you take it and just be willing to go down to drag in case Graves gets cheeky.
Yeah.
And we might be able to just intercept him on drag. He could be pretty slow.
Yeah, because the good news is I have my units off this.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can like fucking speed run down there now. I haven't seen this item played yet. This is I just been fucking around with mid so far.
Oh really?
Yeah, I haven't seen the new items on jungle yet.
Well, Yuma's isn't bad. I feel like Prowlers is like a pretty useless item on most champions. For jungling at least. Like I think for laning it's good if you're going for like trades and stuff like that, but for jungling it's like kind of
yeah. Oh yeah, we want to just force like Ooga Booga at this point. Nice try by Graves to kite it out, but
I'm gonna be honest, I thought I thought it was in my sweeper. Oh. Okay, it's fine.
Ooh, okay, let's be careful. Nice. Jesus. All right, well, farm up chickens and golems and take a recall then. The BM rift. The BM rift into survival.
I'm just glad that the rumble didn't start telling me to kill myself, honestly.
Does this Cassante have teleport? Because if he doesn't, I'm about to jam top.
He doesn't.
I would just jam top then.
Alright.
He should never be able to get to this wave. And Akshan came to you, used ignite. I don't really. He's dead. He's dead for 2. Plate takes too long. Yeah, just recall.
Yeah. I think just like resetting here and then like clearing my bot side and then looking for dragons is my best play.
Yep. You are in a power position for sure. And yes, I agree. That was literally what I was gonna say. Was the BF sword right there is so good. Yeah. It's so good there because you're so slow on leveling up Mana Moon anyways, right? So.
Yeah, because I was saying going like Mirror a second, but it's only like 250 stacks. You only want to finish Mirror a second if it's already at like 200 plus.
Yeah. And the Q, like the damage on this Q, like adding the BF sword to it just feels so strong to me. Yeah. It actually makes your Qs look like they hurt. Because up until that point, it's like you're swinging a feather at people.
Yeah. Like you really need to like Spider-Man spike, but then once you do, it's
nice choice. Oh man, I'm surprised he doesn't just die outright there to that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's so many people starting.
We're getting swagged on. Killing him with E there is a noob tactic. You're supposed to Q that, use the transition back to dragon.
True.
Damn.
Like, you're actually right about that.
Damn.
But, so, like, my question is, right, I've seen that in Korea, apparently there are some players that don't even, like, focus on getting drags. Like, they just sit there and they focus on, like, tempoing the game.
Because you feel pressured to. I'll tell you that's been my experience. You feel like you have to, because if you try to do these win con like stacking plans, like they always just like tilt or something before you can even do it. Ooh, this is scary without ult. Yeah, it's thin without ult. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, I should have just found a way, but I didn't realize that she would have had exhaust again.
Yeah, the only reason it's particularly bad is mostly just because of Janna, but like I understand the confidence, but see that type of shit right there, that on this server kills you. Like if you do that here, that kills your game.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Not like
timing a bounty death at a bad time would be yeah.
Yeah, because that's been like my problem over the last few days as well. Is that I'll play games really well, but then like games where I literally have to play perfect to 1v9, I'll just have like 1 or 2 ints, and then those ints just lose me the game completely.
Yeah, when you're in League now, it feels like you have to play like a spotless game for 20 minutes, and everybody else is allowed to fail like 10 times. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Like you have to play like the spotless, just like almost like a robot. Like you don't get to have any fun. You just have to like play like super solid and not do, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. There's no limit testing. It's just like, does this play have any risk associated with it? If so, then no, fuck that. Like I can't do it.
Yep.
Which is a shame, but you know, that's how you carry.
Yeah, and that's especially true once you get to like masters, because the problem is you're gonna be matched with like 4 people that have like brain problems. So.
Yeah, this is over. Yeah, your E management on this champion is a billion times better than mine. I honest to God think like that to me, I keep saying that like team fighting in general here has just been my biggest weakness, and like I've cleaned up my early game a lot, but I can just tell watching you play like that is something that I need to change, just how I manage my E.
Yeah, because like that's the thing about Hecarim too, is that I was always bad with it as well, but then it got to a point where I played like lane Hecarim for like 3,000 games, and you're put into so many positions where you genuinely like have to like mechanically play perfect or lose. So
yeah, that right there, like you're teaching me a lot right now just watching your E management.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the thing about me is I feel like I have insanely good, like I have good decision making. I would say my decision making is like really good, and I also think my fighting is perfect. But my problem is just that sometimes I choose the wrong fights, and then when I do that, it just costs me like so many games.
Right. I think you'll do really well here though, because if you just trust what I say, like with the early game, you can't. Like it's so weird because you just have it in your head like I could just do whatever the fuck I want. Like I'm so much better. These players are not mechanically worse, and you just have to like come to terms with that. Like you have to give them that respect. There's no like magic mechanic. They're gonna play it mechanically really fucking well. It's weird because you're coming from NA, right, where it's like people are just goofy.
Well, I also played on like EU, so.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, actually, how did you feel once you were playing, like, Master Plus there? How did you feel about the games? 'Cause I feel like you're just going to win this game. This is just a stomp.
Yeah, so, like, EU, Master Plus, the thing about it is that I feel like in NA, you can afford to make a lot more mistakes once you get to, like, GM Plus, but in EU, even a single mistake is just going to cost you an entire game.
Yeah.
So it makes it so that you really have this thing in your mind where it's like, if you're not playing perfectly, you're going to be losing, but there are even some games where you are playing perfectly, where you're still going to lose, and it's about not letting those losses tilt you into losing the winnable games.
Right.
So like that's the difference between a player who's able to like end 2-0 wins every day and get challenger, versus a guy who ends like 2-0 losses every day and just says hard stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I felt like EU West, like personally just playing EU West versus NA. I always felt like EUS was okay. Hold on, let's see this fight. Should be a stomp.
Hold on.
We have.
If I can get 2 stacks off this. Yeah, I want to post this. No, I'll show you how to play a Hecarim team fight. Okay. Watch this.
I do. I need it.
So the trick is, before you start fights, this is actually the most important. It's about getting your Q stacks before the fight. Like, this is really the most important part of team fighting. So like getting it off jungle camp, stuff like this, and then
you just kind of like hold it and then time it out like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Now I have 3 Q stacks and I can just run over everyone. Oh wait.
GG. That's a stomp.
Yeah. So like that's the thing, it's just always like...
Yeah, because my opens on Hecarim have gotten a lot better in terms of like getting gold, right? Like I'll get a shit ton of gold. But like when it comes time to like carry out fights, I feel like either it's mostly because I get Q stacks generally. I don't think I actually do what you just did there though. There's probably spots I've missed the opportunities, I bet. But I know for a fact, just watching you play the E, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I need to like think a little bit more smartly about how to keep it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's always like right now leaving from base, right? I'm looking at the map and I'm saying, okay, if I want to do dragon, I have to get my Q stacks off Gromp and then I can preserve them off scuttle, look around dragon, and then it's just always looking for like Q stack opportunities when you're looking at the map.
So you're trying to like float you're basically trying to float the stacks is what you're saying. Like you're trying to float them over to the region
like,
where you think the fight's...
Here's a good example.
Yeah.
So like here's a good example of how I'm like leaving the scuttle alive to do this. And then I keep my stacks and I just pop this. And I can just run mid and kill them.
And yeah, that's actually a really good point. I didn't really think about that. Well, that's, you know, that's just Janna being bullshit. But yeah, I see your point.
That's just cancer.
If you preemptively are Janna there, you probably kill them anyways. Because if you got a better timing on it. But yes, that is good. I see your point.
Yeah. I mean, if I was like actually, but see, so that's the thing. It's like, the problem is that I'm feeling is that in my games recently, I'll have a game that's in like this scenario, right? And then I'll go for a fight like that mid. But then the problem is I should have went for Baron instead. And I'll literally lose the game off that one fight that
literally,
I just
yes, it's the same thing here. Yeah. And that difficulty spike, like I said, hits around like master tier here.
Yeah.
So what you experience, like what I always said to people was, I said NA was the worst. EUS is better than NA. There's no doubt about it, because I could see it was better than NA just playing to like Diamond when I was playing from NA. Right? Yeah. I was like, wow, these guys are just way better. But then Korea's slightly better than EU. So basically just pull the layers back. So what you felt in EU, probably at like, I don't know what the fucking LP was for Challenger there, because it's like super inflated all the transfers and shit, right? But like, I would imagine that you're going to feel that difficulty level at around Master here.
Okay.
That's basically, that's the scaling of it. Oh yeah. Free money.
Because that's the thing, it's like in NA, it's only really around like Challenger that you start to get problems from players with like invades and stuff, whereas in EU you start to get problems from like high masters, low GM. So my guess is when I go to Korea, it'll literally be like,
yeah, it just scales up like quick. It scales up at around like Diamond 1 and like even like mid Diamond will stress you out sometimes, because you just be like, this game is weirdly difficult. Why? Like, why is this game? Yeah. Like, who are these people? Like, I see. And I'm noticing it a lot more now. Yeah, I'm noticing it a lot more now.
And then like keeping the stacks here. And now if they ever try fighting it, I just like instant every fight.
Yeah, that's the limit test you're talking about. Like, you take optimally you take the pick, get phase rush, and you just fucking peace out.
Yeah, like I just run away and then I wait for my team and then we just like end with my ults, right?
Yeah. But I get it. I get the open challenges. I mean, this game doesn't stress me out. I can just tell by your opponents. Like, they don't care. Your opponents have checked out, except this Graves. This Graves wants to win, but everybody else... I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't fuck around because Kassadin might actually just, like, get some bullshit triple kill and then carry the whole game.
Believe it or not, but Hecarim actually outscales Kassadin.
You think that? It's not... But you don't have to... But that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about you.
Yeah.
I mean...
But I'm just, like, telling you because, like, a lot of people think level 16 Kassadin is like, oh, no, it's a free ticket to winning games. But a full Assassin Hecarim will always one-tap a full Assassin Kassadin and be able to live through his combo. Always.
Is that why you're building Serpents? Is that what that's for?
Yeah, exactly.
Janna Shield to that? Plus yeah. That's a good choice.
Okay, so now I have Q-stacks, so now watch this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your team's so mad at you right now. They're like, why did this Hecarim go for dragon? Why did this Hecarim not go for drag? Jesus.
What the fuck? Bro, this guy thinks he's like insect or some shit.
Do you think if you would have used the active, you would have killed her? Before?
No.
I actually don't. I don't know the difference. I just no. I mean for the move speed before she exhausted. That's what I'm. Actually, don't know. Oh my god, this guy is getting ram ranched.
I'm not actually surprised I'm like, but no,
hey, that's Park Pilates. That's the P gang. That's the P gang. What are you talking about? Park Pilates. He's gonna say P in chat after he takes your LP.
Well, my internet's gonna get hit off, and then I'll just see a little P.
There's the P gang the whole time.
Yeah. But that's why, like, okay, so this is what I'm saying though. The thing about Conquer is that Conquer would literally never be able to do the things I'm doing this game.
Right.
But then the issue is that when it comes to like earlier stages of the game, there are some times where Phase Rush just can't do what Conquer does. So that's why I really do think that if I spend the next little while perfecting when to go Conquer, when to go like Phase Rush, that's like literally all I would need, and I'd be able to just like get everything done.
Right. I think you, because you're such a you've got such a high mastery of like this play style, I'm pretty sure you could just autopilot this play style generally like you do until I would bet like mid diamond or so, and then I would just start being more and more respectful over time and just give players credit, because you could be running like God. Like I had like with the Tryndamere account, I had like 250 LP at like a 75% win rate, 70% win rate, or whatever the fuck it was, and then I just started like playing too much, and then slowly going down again. And if I had just taken my time and make sure that matchups I hate, I get out of the way, I would be much higher rated right now. This is, yeah, you just stomp. As long as we keep bounty. Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
I had to do it, bro. But you see, like, that's the thing. It's like, imagine being able to condition on Hecarim and then having to play like Conquer Hecarim with Trinity Force Sterax Gage.
Or like, was it like Black Cleaver? It was Black Cleaver Sunderer. That's what this kid does here, the 1 KLP guy.
You know, it's just like, it doesn't feel like you're playing the same champion, and I swear it's just like, it ruins the experience of playing Hecarim. Like, it doesn't feel like you're playing Hecarim when you're playing Conquer.
I will say, somehow, some way, despite all the shitty metas, that particular player has always been top of the ladder. Like,
well, so that's the crazy thing. He was, but there was actually a point earlier this season where he was like hard stuck Masters GM after like hundreds and hundreds of games.
Dude, I went down as low as Plat at that same meta.
Yeah.
I couldn't play that meta in general anyways, and like my jungle was not warm. But that meta was just hard, like period for junglers, unless you were playing like Elise. It was like Elise only. It was like Elise and Kindred.
Dude,
and...
oh my god, Elise, Wukong, like Gragas. No, that was probably like the worst meta I think I've ever gone through.
You're talking about the first 3 months.
Yeah.
That was, I honestly, and then so imagine being me, right? So I come out to Korea, I'm like, oh, I just made Masters with Nocturne, like at the end of last season. Like I can jungle okay, like it's not gonna be that bad. And then they launched this like weird ass meta where like you just perma fight with like 10 IQ, and then I have the worst early season of my life, and I've got a bunch of people just flaming me, telling me I'm bad. I'm just like, dude, you have no idea how shitty it is. It's like I can't do anything.
Yes. I know exactly how you felt, because for me it was a similar kind of thing, except for me it was when Hecarim would always get target banned, and I would have people that would always say shit like, oh dude, you're just a dog shit player, you're Masters or this or that. But it's like, imagine you play 10 games or 20 games a day, right? And of those 20 games, I only get Hecarim, let's say 10 of them, and I win, let's say 6 to 7 of those Hecarim games, but then on the games off Hecarim, I only win 3 or 4. Of course I'm gonna say like Hearthstone Masters or whatever it is, right?
Right.
Okay, I have a crazy idea. What if you taught me how to play Nidalee right now?
Nidalee?
Nidalee.
Have you played it?
No.